Yeah, it's your boy JB, the Juice Man, a la the birthday boy. Pay me!
Cleveland. I heard that Derek Jeter's getting married. WTF.
And I'm your honorable, Chris Gallen. Confucius say, man who fishes in other men's well often catches crabs.
Welcome to The Range with your host, Brandon Brown. And a first topic for the day, we're talking about Lane Kiffin. 1 year later, going from being fired from the Raiders and signing with Tennessee, they played and lost to the Florida Gators. And now he's at USC. There is no loyalty in college football, I tell you what. So, we'll start it off with the former SEC person, with our SEC person right here on the panel, Chris.
First and foremost, give honor to God, who's head of my life. But Lane Kiffin went to Tennessee, made a lot of noise at Tennessee, got a lot of players in trouble, violating different rules, calling Florida out on recruiting rules. I mean, he doesn't know anything. But you know what I liked about him? He brought the media attention back to Tennessee, something that they were missing. He brought it back. He tried to renew a rivalry with Florida, Kentucky rivalry, that really doesn't matter. But he tried to renew something, and you know, he was getting the media coverage. You know, he had a good team out there. And then after 1 year, he even took him to a bowl game. 1 year later, after that season, leaving. And you know, I thought that the Pete Carroll situation would have been the biggest news in college football. Or Levitt getting fired from South Florida. But Lane Kiffin, leaving the SEC, the best college football conference in America. Last 4 titles, 6 of the 12 BCSs. I don't know what to tell him. I don't even know what to talk about no more.
Cleveland.
Well, you know, I mean, that does suck. I mean, Lane Kiffin is in college football, but Rex Ryan is in the NFL. Just like, you know, a coach that can go in there, coach his team up, be a very good coach at it. But you know what? But to still bring that every day, every Sunday, every Saturday and Sunday, you look at the paper just to see what Rex Ryan said. You look to see what Lane Kiffin said. When Lane Kiffin got hired in Florida, he said stuff like, "You're gonna be singing Rocky."
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. He didn't go to Florida.
Yeah, no.
He was talking some smack about Florida. So I mean, he came out there and he said, "You know what? We're gonna beat them." I mean, it didn't happen, but I mean, granted, I mean, still the same way. When that game came up, there was so much media attention around it that you couldn't say, you know, this guy was bad for college football. But now to say that you're leaving the SEC, who, you know, I agree with, the best college football conference in America, to go to the Pac-10. I mean, that's just unheard of, man. And that's crazy. I mean, and then you're gonna take over. Yeah, I understand. You used to be the coach over there. Used to be an assistant for Pete Carroll and that. But to leave a program like Tennessee to go to USC, who you also know as the University of Spoiled Children, you know, it really baffles me. And now to hear that Norm Chow might be going back over there, as he's the coach at UCLA, the assistant for UCLA, that just also baffles me. And you're right, there is no loyalty in college football, and that ticks me off.
North side, south side. JB.
Well, I mean, both these guys made very excellent points with Lane Kiffin. I mean, as far as coaching, I mean, he knows a little bit, but what gets him his attention is his mouth and how he talks a lot of smack, mainly about Florida. I mean, it kind of caught me off guard talking about we're going to be singing Rocky Top after they beat Florida, which, like I said, didn't happen. It was a close game, though. As far as loyalties in college football, I mean, he's going back to USC just because Pete Carroll's gone. I mean, Pete Carroll realized that he has nothing left coming into him for Southern California, so that's why he went back to the NFL. He's probably not going to have any more success up there. So, Lane Kiffin, I still see USC, not UCLA, I see USC being mediocre just like they were this year.
Valid points from the panel. Up next, we're going to have our playoff picks for the divisional round in the NFL. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the range. Here with your AFC divisional playoff picks. Starting up first with the New York Football Jets versus the San Diego Superchargers. Starting it off, Cleveland.
Wow, man, you know what? Okay, both of these teams, the last two of the last three teams we done lost to. So, so that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I think the Jets coming off a great win against the Bengals that he called, not me. I got to give you that one, Chris. But like I said, Rex Ryan, does what he has to do. This week will be a little bit tougher test to try to shut down, Phillip Rivers. That's a tough test to do, apparently for the last 12 games for some people. But be okay. I think they'll be all right with that. The end of the game, in and out the season on a hot streak, even had to use their backup quarterback and still be, still beat down the last opponent. So I mean, it kind of, it goes both ways for that, for the Chargers team. Either they always seem to choke up about this time of the year, division round, championship Sunday, they always seem to mess it up. I'm starting, I'm believing and I hope that this year they do it yet again. I'm going with the Jets.
JB.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you would say that how the Chargers should be choking around this time. I mean, they don't have Pittsburgh to worry about knocking them out this year since they didn't make the playoffs. But the Jets have been playing some lights out ball, period. I mean, right now they've been playing, it's like one of the top teams in the league. So I'm going with the Jets also.
Chris.
You see how these two done jumped on the Jets bandwagon after I picked the Jets last week and they didn't? You know what? No, you didn't. I called the Jets only. But you know what? Just like Rex Ryan said, the Jets have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. Rushing attack and number one defense. But they are going up against the Chargers, Phillip Rivers, that offense, one of the best in the National Football League. Defense is a little iffy, but I really see the Jets in another upset pulling this out.
Remember, it wasn't too long ago when the Jets actually played the Chargers in the playoffs. That was when Herman Edwards was the head coach of the team, and the Jets did beat the Chargers in San Diego. So, up next, with our AFC divisional playoff picture, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Indianapolis Colts. Focus.